Today I see it's so important to go to people who have been successful at whatever you want to be successful at. Like I'm in a band playing blues guitar. Well, I've got a guy that is infinitely better than I am at that teaching me. And you know, so the lesson is, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur and you want to make 7 figures a year, go talk to
somebody who's making 7 figures a year.
Right,
Yeah.
because ironically, in most coaching businesses, the people coaching you have never made 7 figures a year.
Exactly.
Right?
No, I think that that's an absolute solid point. And we're moving into a topic that I love, which is mentorship.
Right.
And it's coaching.
Right.
It's when you're leveling up. So whether that's music and you're in a
Right.
band, or whether your focus is going to be on getting healthier, and you hire a coach
Right.
to help you through that, or you know, whatever it may be, to get really good at marketing, so you hire somebody who's the
Right.
expert at marketing to help you understand how that needs to meld into your business.
Right.
So there's such a tremendous value in working with coaches to help level up. And I think about all of the times in my life where I've taken it to the next level.
Right.
So whether it was
Right.
athletically, you know,
Right.
anytime I was really excelling in my life.
Right.
So whether it was athletically, through soccer, whether it was through my business, personal life, I had a coach along the way that was helping me get to that next level.
Well, and you know, it's this thing of you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And I look back in my 30s and 40s, and I was relatively successful as an entrepreneur, but not blessed to make 7 figures until I got into my 50s. But I look at it now and go, well, how tough would it have been for me to set aside time to think, to appreciate the value of personal growth and have that personal growth consistently coming into my head every week. And of course it would come down to also having clarity of the person I wanted to be, what I wanted to accomplish and how I wanted to accomplish it, and feeding that to myself every day. I look at all those few things and think, well, I couldn't have learned that in my 30s and 40s.
Right.
Well, I didn't. and you know, I think that's what I'm so proud of about what we've created, is this isn't rocket science.
No.
We're just giving you a very practical way to do all those things, to think, to have personal growth, to have a higher level of control over yourself. You know, it's so simple, but it's so fundamental to having exceptional success.
I'd like to take a moment this ties directly into what you just said, and share a little about my story as it relates to this methodology, because like many of the people watching, and many of our students and clients that we've taken through this, I knew the things that I needed to do, and I was doing them to a degree. I've always loved personal growth, and the key here is consistency.
Right.
I would journal now and then.
Right.
But this is on a whole other level and isn't necessarily about journaling. So the thing that I want to emphasize is it wasn't until I started applying science. I had the right intention.
Right.
I was doing it and moderately successful and moving into that upper level of success. But it wasn't until I started applying the science and overlaying that operating system that things shifted for me in my world on a whole new level.
Right.
So that's the point I want to make. We're talking about some of these techniques that are common sense, but not necessarily common practice.
Right.
And they're
Absolutely.
not common practice because I hadn't applied the science to it before. And now that I have, I mean, it's I don't even think about half this stuff now. It's just part of who I am.
Well, right, and you know, like I was telling my class, I said she's successful because she's mentally strong. Well, you know, you were mentally strong when I met you.
Yeah.
But we took it to a substantially higher level, and you know, suddenly you have probably double or triple the level of discipline to show up this way or that way, or to create personal growth, or to set aside time to think, and your income takes off. And so I know what you're saying.
Yeah, no, and so many of the people who are listening are achievers. They're people who've had success. This is about taking things to the next level of success.
Well, and I tell you that this is what amazes me. I can't say that I really envisioned what the exceptional life was when I was in my 30s and 40s, because I really didn't want to envision it too much, because I wasn't sure I was going to get there. You know, after 20 years of making 6 figures a year, I'm like, and low 6 figures a year.
Right.
I'm like, what, am I going to have to work until I'm 75?
Right.
I mean, I'm doing the math, and I realized that unless I started making 7 figures a year in my 50s, then I was never going to have that exceptional life and that freedom and that sense of accomplishment. And so, you know, that's what was sort of going on in my head, that I have to make it happen now, and how do I do it? And, you know, that ended up, you know, spawning the idea of go find the top book in the world ever written on success and apply it word for word to my life.